Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail, and we're continuing here at the Moravian Church near Hillsborough, and I'm still with David here.
David,
and
again, Mark, hello.
Hello, David, and David's going to take us...
My trusty,
Is that a tilly lamp?
it is a tilly lamp, and there's a story behind this tilly lamp, so there is.
Oh, very good.
So hopefully I can tell you that.
Yes, I'll look forward to hearing that. So David's going to take us
Through the house.
Through. That'll do lovely.
I just want to say, Mark, anybody is welcome here, especially on the weekends. And if you want a tour, just call ahead and maybe we'll arrange something for you.
That's great. That's brilliant.
But this is...
Now, the only thing is you might get bus loads.
Oh, we hope for bus loads. You got to call 2 weeks in advance for that. What you're seeing here is the construction of the church and the manse up to the end of the sandstone.
Yes.
The rest has been added on in the 50s and 60s, the church hall and the office we were in before.
Yes.
So, if you notice that there is one door in, but
Yep.
that's the last one door you're going to see. And there's a story about my tilly lamp as well. So if we come on in here.
Well, lead the way, David. You've
in
got me. You've got my expectation up now.
I'm going to call the dogs here too. Come on, puppies. Come on. Lilith, Lucy, treats.
Oh, that's where they got
That
them
works.
going. That worked.
Lucy, treats. Well, we'll go on in here. We'll go in here. Now, John, where you're standing right now.
Mark.
Mark, sorry, dear God. It was Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Where you're standing right now, Mark, is
Yes.
a kill zone.
A kill zone.
A kill zone. I was in the American Army for 12 years.
What regiment were you in?
I was in the 85th Training Division, but I was a medic, a field medic.
Oh, were you?
So,
Very good. Did you see any engagements anywhere?
not as much as I did of growing up in Belfast.
Very good.
But where you're standing right now, and I'm going to open this door.
Uh-huh.
All right, and I want you to tell me what you can see.
The stairs?
The stairs. Now, there's something really important about those stairs. If we can get Lilith, come on out of the way, babies.
Uh-huh.
The first 3-4 stairs
Yes.
are higher than the rest.
Oh.
And now what's opening up to is a room up at the top of the stairs.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't have been able to see Zula if he was laying down up on the floor there with a flintlock or a musket.
Uh-huh.
But he would have seen from just below your chin to just above your hips.
Yes.
Where you were standing. So that's why I think it's a kill zone. He was very paranoid that the Ottomans were going to come back and get him.
Yes.
And I'm going to show you that room, and you can all make up your own mind what you think it's for.
Brilliant.
This door leads into the church.
Uh-huh.
So if he were attacked while he was taking services in the church, he could have come back in through the manse, and there's a warren of ways he could have gone.
He had an escape route.
He had many escape routes. So come on ahead. The kitchen is relatively new, so I won't show you that. But if you look at this room, you can see one door in, one door completely out.
Yes.
So no matter how he entered the room, he always had another way out.
Uh-huh.
Now watch yourselves coming up the stairs. The dogs are showing us how to do it. Now this third step, Mark, this is reputedly haunted.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I tell people who come here, when Daddy loses a hammer or a screwdriver, and he gets really angry, he doesn't know where he put it. I don't need to worry about that, because it'll show up on this third step later in the same day. The dogs are excited. You be quiet. Who did that? Excuse this room, it's a wee bit of a catch-all for everything. Underneath this floor
Uh-huh.
is a false floor.
Is that right?
Yes. Now, if you look at the distance between the bottom of the windows to the floor,
Uh-huh.
it's much wider outside.
Huh?
So there you go. And we'll show you that. It's much deeper outside. And people think this is where Zula would have hidden, but it's too small.
Yes.
It is far too small, and it would be too cramped.
Yes.
What I think was that he would open a trapdoor, he would get into it, and as you can see down below now, he has a much better view of who was coming in the door.
Yes.
And that's from floor level. You see what I mean when I said your whole torso
Yes.
would have been made available to him.
He was definitely very paranoid, wasn't he?
He was really, really paranoid. And if you turn your back, this used to be at one point a girls' dormitory school. Now I'm not going to take you down that way, but where the guitars are, there used to be a stairwell down there.
Yes.
So even up here, he would have had his escape route. So the dogs are usually a little more common than
They're getting excited.
They are. Come on. Come on, girls. This is Lilith and Lucy. And we'll meet you back downstairs.
Spot on. Great.
Lilith.
I like your mirror.
I got those at IKEA.
Did you? They're fantastic.
Aren't they?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So we'll bring you to watch your step coming down here again, Mark. And we'll go out the back and I'll show you the difference in depth. You need to be quiet. Nope, stay in.
They must be excited because of me.
Excuse me, look.
You're okay.
My kids were here this weekend and my bin is completely full because I forgot to bring it out last week. I hope you're not recording that bit.
I think that when we dogs have used one of your secret passages because you closed them in and they're here.
They're here. But now you can see the difference, Mark, between the bottom of the window
Oh yes.
and
Yes, you
the
can.
wall.
There's a brave difference there. There's a brave depth.
However, if you were attacking here and you couldn't find the resident,
Uh-huh.
you would start to look for things like this.
Yes.
And these would have been professional assassins that he was expecting to come.
Yes.
And as a professional assassin, they would know to look for things like this.
Yes.
But because it's brick and completely surrounded by concrete, then he would have been able to protect himself in there and continue to fire.
It reminds me actually of I was in Corey Ten Boon's house. You know the watchmaker who hid the Jews
Yes, yes.
during the Second World War, and I've actually been in the hiding place. It was a secret compartment, but it had to be made of brick.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't made of brick, the
It made noise.
German soldiers would have hit.
Yeah.
They were hitting the walls to find out where partitions were
Yeah.
and where hiding places were. But with the brick, then it certainly did fool the Germans. You know.
And as far as I would be aware, this is a bullet would not have been able to penetrate this from a black powder musket.
Yes.
So he would have been well protected in there only for as long as he could fire.
Yes.
And if those of you know that black powder muskets are one fire only.
Yep.
They're not like the modern weapons today.
Strangely, whenever I was in the Reenactment Society, I had it was a 3-band. It wasn't an Enfield; it was actually Indian pattern, but it was a 1-shot percussion cap musket.
Yeah.
But I needed actually a shotgun license to have that.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
I was using black powder. Now,
that's
I don't know anybody who would go into a bank and rob a bank with a 1-shot musket.
Especially if the things were known to discharge without you wanting them to, or not discharge when you did want them to. If you look over in the graveyard, and it is a graveyard because it's attached to a church, right over here there's a little monument in the hedgerow. Do you see it?
Yes, I think I do.
Just slightly to your left, I think it is.
Yep.
Just that way there. There you go, just there.
Oh, yes, I got it now.
Yep.
And what's that for?
That is as much of an honor as Moravians are traditionally allowed to pay someone who is dead.
Yes.
We don't have huge, big monuments to people. And that grave is Zula.
Is it?
and his wife, Annie Lightfoot.
Oh, fantastic.
And that again is unusual for Moravians because men and women are buried in different plots. So you can
Could
just
we have
see-
a wee look at that?
Yeah, we can go out there and look at it.
That would be great.
But this is where I'm going to tell you about this.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
When I first moved in, at 2 o'clock in the morning, there was an old man with a sack hood on. And he was chipping away at one of the headstones out there. And I went out and said, my friend, what are you doing? Working at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, he said, I'm sorry to disturb you, but they've spelt my name wrong. So come on ahead, we'll take you into what I said before was the wardrobe to Narnia.
Brilliant.
Just close that behind you there. And watch your step. Again, we don't know why this floor is raised, but it is raised. And we just, if this was the original, again, just to have a trip step up from one side or the other. Oh, we're going to go into the boiler room, where all the coal is. And I don't know if you can see, Alexa, turn on the boiler room light. I don't know if you can see here, John, or Mark, but there's the outline of the old stairwell.
Yep.
That would have come down this way from upstairs.
Yep, I can see that just
You can
here
just see
and
that
here.
there?
Yep.
And so this would have been the opportunity for him to come down, come in through this door. There used to be a door here that would go outside. And welcome to the Narnia wardrobe.
Oh, very good.
So this is the famous hidden passage.
Brilliant.
So when he would open this, there would have been a hidden door
Yes.
back here.
Is that's the living room then, the other side? Or where
That's
we were?
the office,
The office
that we were in.
Yes.
Yeah. And watch your step coming down here.
Brilliant.
I'll turn on my trusty lantern here that I got at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I hope I can get down here
You should be able to.
with my knees.
Oh, that's seamless.
Oh dear, I'm struggling here.
Do you need a hand?
Hang on.
Lucy, out of the way, please, honey.
Oh, I'm alright.
There you go. Getting back up. This is
Getting back up, got to the tricky part.
I can't see if you can. Can't tell if you can see all of this. This is much more of a substantial place to hide.
Yeah.
And before
Definitely.
the church hall was built, I don't know if you can see up there. See up there, there's a outline to a door. And that would have been his last escape.
Fantastic.
So
So where I would take you outside with it then?
that would have taken you originally outside
Yes.
and in the direction of where the dancers were, and he
Yes.
could have run over there. As to whether or not he ever had to use it, we don't know. All right.
Definitely a lot of paranoia involved with him. Certainly, as you say, he must definitely have had post-traumatic stress.
Most definitely.
And obviously he's seen a lot of...
Well, he would have seen
Terrible scenes in the
thousands
war.
of his comrades crucified after Mussolini.
Yeah, yeah.
And the battlefield outside would have been the great battlefield of the Greeks against the Persian
Yes.
Thermopylae. And for any of you out there, we're trying to figure out that Thermopylae means the place of the warm springs. Well, kill in Irish is church, and lin in Irish is pool. So we're trying to figure out what Kilwarlin means. So if anybody's an Irish place name expert, please let us know.
Very good. Excellent.
All right.
Oh, well, it's easier to get up actually than down.
It is easier to get up and down. Here we go. Two guys struggling with TMB. Too many burpees.
I don't think... what was his name again?
David.
No, the minister Who?
Azula.
Azula. I don't think Azula would have struggled just as much as we did there.
I think he would be nimbler.
That's cracker. That is fantastic.
Yeah, it is
The
good.
Narnia wardrobe. I like that actually.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what I'll call this video. The Narnia wardrobe.
Well, there you go.
That's great. That's fantastic.
We'll bring you out and introduce you to Zula and his wife Annie.
Well, I'll cut this wee video now, and then we'll do another one outside, which would be fantastic. So thank you, David.
You're welcome
And God
again.
bless.
Thank you, Mark.